cut off my garbage disposal, so I jammed their entire sewage system. It started on a Monday morning when I flipped the switch and heard nothing. No hum, no grind, just silence under the sink. At first I thought the motor had burned out, but when I checked the breaker, everything else worked fine. I opened the cabinet and found the wires had been disconnected. A laminated notice was taped to the pipe. Unauthorized disposal removed per HOA guidelines. Guidelines? I'm not even in their HOA. This disposal was installed legally when the kitchen was remodeled years ago. I called the plumbing company and they confirmed it. Someone from the HOA board had complained it was illegal. No inspection, no proof, just arrogance. For the rest of the week, I carried food scraps outside in buckets. The smell was awful and flies swarmed every bag. My mother gagged trying to wash dishes in the sink. When I called the HOA president, he smirked. If you want a disposal, get a compost bin, that's community policy. Fine. If they wanted me dealing with garbage, I'd return the favor. What the HOA didn't realize was that the main sewage lift station serving their subdivision sat on the corner of my land. Decades ago, the county placed it there under an easement signed by my grandfather. And in the fine print was a clause. The easement could be revoked if the property owner was harmed. I dug out the old deeds and survey maps from his filing cabinet. The language was crystal clear. I called my attorney. We reviewed the documents together. By Tuesday morning, the revocation notice was filed. By Wednesday, utility crews arrived at the lift station. They didn't touch my sink. Instead, they shut down the pumps, pushing waste from the HOA into the county line. By sundown, toilets across the neighborhood began to back up. Sinks gurgled with foul water. Lawns flooded with brown puddles as septic drains overflowed. The manicured subdivision that prided itself on cleanliness now reeked like a landfill. Board members scrambled with plumbers, but nothing worked without the pumps. Neighbors stumbled into the streets holding their noses. Meanwhile, my kitchen ran fine. I'd hired a private plumber to restore my disposal with a new independent line. I cooked dinner, flipped the switch, and smiled as scraps vanished smoothly. All while the HOA struggled knee-deep in their own mess. By the end of the week, they came crawling back. The HOA president no longer smirked. He begged. They offered to reinstate my disposal immediately. They promised to pay for the damages and sign a permanent agreement. And they agreed to cover all costs for the lift station moving forward. I let them stew one more day before signing. Finally, the pumps roared back to life and their drains cleared. But their HOA dues carried a new expense: maintenance fees for a system they once took for granted. Today, my disposal runs perfectly. My kitchen is spotless, my home comfortable, and my land respected. All because they thought they could unplug me. Tell me, would you have pulled the plug?